Hello, everybody. We're welcoming back Ted Savransky, professional sports bettor out of Las Vegas. And Ted breaks down NBA and college games with us and gives us that insight and offers those edges to the gambler to go ahead and beat his book. So last night he did it again with Xavier, a very, very big win at Providence. And the points that Ted pointed out, the edges, the avenues of profit that were available and the reasons why all came to fruition and cashed the ticket. Again, Ted's not one to look in the rearview mirror. So with that being said, Ted, thanks a lot for coming back with us. We've got a big game tonight with Baylor, a team that just took a home loss against Oklahoma, who is facing Oklahoma State. All right, right now I looked at it and saw it Baylor -4 on the road. What's your thoughts on this? Because this is one I don't know what direction you're going to go, but I'm anxious to hear your breakdown and your reasoning why.
Well, let's talk about what Oklahoma State's been capable of accomplishing on this floor. And it's certainly a rebuilding season for the Cowboys. This is not an elite team. Baylor deserves to be the road favorite in this contest. And, of course, the Bears annihilated the Cowboys when these two teams played just 3 weeks ago. I think the final margin was 17. It wasn't a close game. And a lot of it had to do with the Bears' ability to dominate the low post. They won the rebounding battle in that contest by like nearly a 3-1 margin, which you never see, rebounding dominance of that nature. But, of course, that was in Waco. The rematch is at Gallagher Iba Arena in Stillwater, and that's been a house of horrors for highly regarded opponents in recent seasons. Last year, they knocked off a pair of top 10 teams on this floor. They've played Oklahoma and Kansas on this floor already in recent weeks this season. They took the Sooners, the number one Sooners, down to the wire, lost that game by a bucket, got the money, and of course they knocked off Kansas. They didn't just knock them off, they blew them out when all was said and done, beating them by 19 points in their last game on this floor. So this is a home court that is worth something, well more than the average home court in college basketball. And certainly as a young team, I'm much more inclined to take points with Oklahoma State here than I am when they travel to hostile environments.
Yeah, now with Baylor, and that, you mentioned that 17-point win. It was 39-16. They just totally dominated them on the boards. And again, that was at Baylor's home court. That plays a lot into it. Rico Gathers, he had just an unbelievable game. He's 17 and 17. I like the way that guy shows up. And they also have that Al Freeman. He was 5 for 8 from the floor, and he was 8 for 8 for the free throw line. So they got some consistency. They got some high percentage shots they're knocking down. Yeah, Oklahoma State, they are a rebuilding team, and at home though, it's amazing how younger players, as they're being groomed, they seem to do that on their home court as opposed to being on the road. So this could be a good spot. They shot 47% last time out, so let's see if they can maybe step that up a bit. Anything else you want to add to this game, or just put out? I mean, I'm feeling you're leaning towards Oklahoma State. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, but I'm not going to make a case for Oklahoma State without talking about Baylor.
Okay.
Got to talk about Baylor a little bit. And, of course, the Bears have not played their best basketball in hostile environments this year. We saw them come out 3 early season games. They got blasted all 3 times, at Oregon, at A&M, at Kansas. Now, all those teams are better than Oklahoma State. But, again, Baylor doesn't have to win here. They have to win here by margin. So we've seen the struggles for the Bears. And really, they had the one win at Iowa State. By 5, mind you. It wasn't like they dominated them wire to wire. They gave up 89 points in that contest, but they shot the ball really well, which Baylor's capable of doing on any given night. But the loss to Oklahoma at home this past weekend, Baylor went into that game. They were playing great ball. They were on a winning streak. They had the Sooners on their home floor, and they got smacked. I mean, they allowed 62% shooting. They gave up 16 turnovers and a bunch of buckets in transition. Now they're going to a place, that's a confidence-sapping loss. And now they're going to a place where they lost last year. They're 5-26 in the last 31 visits to Stillwater. It has not been a friendly place for them. And I don't think it's a huge deal in terms of a point spread impact, but it is worth mentioning that this is the Remember the 10 game for Oklahoma State, where they commemorate the 10 guys who were killed in a plane crash back in 2001 involved with the basketball program. There's a little bit more emotion on this floor tonight than the average floor. Baylor played here last year on this night and lost, and I wouldn't be surprised they do it again here. I just do not trust the Bears in hostile environments against a team that's shown the propensity for stepping up well in class, at least on this floor.
Yeah, my eyes are open a little wider, and I'm seeing this a little clearer. And that emotional edge is huge, especially when you're dealing with students compared to like an NBA atmosphere. I feel that as well. And again, younger players tend to groom better on the home floor. But I think, Ted, and I think it's just totally, piggybacking off of what you said, I think that home loss to Oklahoma. Now, had this game been at home tonight for Baylor, I think they would have that frustration, that little revenge factor. But going on the road, I think they might be a little deflated and possibly even down on themselves from that loss. So I think this is a great spot. Viewers, you heard it. Oklahoma State at home on a hostile environment on their home floor, plus the 4 points. Don't even know that they need those 4 points. This could be an absolute outright win. Ted, thanks so much for your information and for your breakdown. And let's get back to it tomorrow. And most importantly, let's beat that book tonight, my friend.